Good Wednesday evening, everybody. We apologize for the later start. My son, aka the goalie, had a longer hockey event today with not just one camp, but a second workshop with his team coming up for the season. Let's just say it wasn't one of his better moments. A good learning experience just happened. Mick Jagger once chimed that you can't always get what you want. Well, he didn't listen to the other part of that song because he tried to get what he wanted today. And he learned the lesson. The lesson being, doesn't matter if you like or don't like a coach. It doesn't matter if you think that the coach doesn't understand goalies or not. You're not Kobe Bryant. There is no I in team, and you're too young to say there is an ME in that mofo. So, we almost lost the kid, you know. Mrs. LB, Mrs. Kamish almost exacted swift justice. It was not pretty. So here we are. We're now upright, functional, and ready to do this goofy thing that we do.
Let's go while we're young.
We'll hope the cough keeps itself down to a minimal. I didn't cough as much today, so we'll hope it is not a terrible inconvenience on your poor ears. I think we go, shall we?
Welcome. Come in. Fresh victims for my ever-growing army of the undead.
Sir, you have to let go of the button.
Well, son of a bitch.
One of these days, we'll remember to not hold the button on the transition. Hey, it is the Fluffy Kitty Ninja Show. I am Kamish LB. Good Wednesday evening to you. This is our last, for sure, stream that we have this week. We're still figuring out schedule-wise if we're going to do something on Saturday. There's a chance that we do. Hello, Minerva. Hello to all of you. Good to have you here. Thank you for your attendance. And again, a lot of why we're doing what we're doing is for this little cause called the Jimmy Fun, which you see where we stand coming into this evening. We've got a little over 3 weeks before the charity streamathon will take place on Saturday, August 13th. Very much looking forward to it. We're doing a 4-day charity streamathon with some of my friends coming in that want to help for the cause. So we're very excited to have what will now be the 3rd annual Fluffy Kitty Ninjas charity streamathon. Had a great meeting again yesterday with our friends over at the Jimmy Fun. We were curious if whether or not Twitch's involvement in trying to remove Tiltify from the equation, this new Twitch charity function was going to be used in this equation. We don't think it will this year, so we think we're still going to have a Tiltify account set up. I intend to set it up extremely soon in case anybody knows that they will not be in the streamathon in a few weeks, might be away on vacation or something, and they do definitely want to donate to the cause. So we will make that possible as soon as possible for anybody who is interested. Again, we're very honored that so far in our 2 charity streamathons we've done, as well as when we did the partnership celebration and we did a matching towards Jimmy Fun in that instance, that so far we've raised just, not by much, just under $7,000. We're around $6,800 cumulative that we have done in our lifetime here on the FKN that has gone toward an amazing cause. We're looking to strike out cancer in kids. We continue to get some of the great information that we get realistically from the Jimmy Fund organization, which we're going to start to share as we get closer and closer to the event, and as we try to get the table set up for more things to be in place. We hope to have a good story to be able to tell all of you guys, and we look forward to having you here. But in the meantime, a reminder, the bar is set. We're at 132 points so far, so that means yours truly will be donating $1 for every point you see. Again, much thanks to my longtime friend Jared Rollins, Jordan Cage 28 in your chat. He is going to also do the same thing where he is matching $1 per. So right there, we know that we have a bit of a start, and I know at least one individual who's approached me on the side and has been extremely generous in regards to what they would like to do to help, say, F cancer. So, again, this bar keep getting pushed down. 2 things get done. You always get the usual perks that you're entitled to here on the eMLB show. Again, never expected, but always appreciated. And then, of course, the other part of this is that as that continues to get pushed down, you guys get to decide how long you want to put up with me on the charity streamathon. Once we got to the halfway point, which we're just past, we are now going to a 9-hour charity streamathon. We will start at 10 o'clock Eastern time. So right now, we're scheduled to go until 7 o'clock that evening. But feel free to keep pushing that down. We get this bar full. Hey! Look at that. Always a great friend and always so kind. We're glad that you found us. Extreme, dropping the Jedi Cats into the chat. 5 gifted subs, so there you go. You see the bar has just got pushed down. Thank you very much for your kindness, as always. And again, he shared with me something else that he has done. I'm going to save that as a surprise, getting closer, unless he tells me otherwise. But again, Extreme, thank you very much, as always, for your kindness and the gifted subs out to the community. So that's now $137 that we will be matching towards the Jimmy Fund. We get that bar all the way to 100%. That means we go 10 hours, and more importantly, I'm doubling. That means I'm going to go $2 for every point you see. So that means it would minimally be $500. And as I said, I am prepared for you guys to push that as far as you want. Save it. You got it. I will push that as far as $1,000. So once this fills up, we're going to start over. And it's going to be $2 per point that we have, starting from $250. So I am ready to go to $1,000. I posted in the Discord what my intent was. We get to the $1,000 goal. That is a 12-hour minimally, with probably even a plan for a bigger Sunday event. So I might make this a whole weekend thing. I'm prepared to do so as long as this throat is going to cooperate. So speaking of, let's get over to the eMLB stuff. We are in Winter League. We're officially at the halfway point here for our Winter League tournament. This is also our 3rd annual eMLB Winter League tournament that we are now having. By the way, the beer of choice tonight, probably the easiest for me to have right now, all things considered, with post-COVID. Schafferhofer. And this stuff is pretty good. It's not potent. It's the grapefruit beer. Again, amazing stuff. I know a lot of you have said that you enjoy it and like it. I'd never heard of it before. I'm sure I saw it, but I'd never heard of it before until at Disney, the very kind waiter that I had at the Coral Reef restaurant had not only taken extremely good care of my family, but he also knew that I was going to Epcot the following day, and he had strongly said, because I told him, I'm planning to go into Germany and have a beer because I just, it's synonymous to me because I'm thinking Oktoberfest. And he says, try Schafferhofer. So I go look at her. What was the name of it? Oh, I think that's what he said. Can I have that? Try that stuff, and dang, this stuff's pretty good. Not potent, 2.5% alcohol content, but you know, just means you can have a few extra of those, and you know, you're still fine. Right? Right? Hey, I had you at beer. Hey, Compass. All right, so we do have 5 days of games because of our late start. And if you missed it again, we almost disinherited a kid, or possibly my wife might have outright murdered him for his crappy 12-year-old attitude. We're going to feel like we're going to get the look from the coaches the next event we go to because, oh boy, he was, how do you put it? Not very team oriented. I'm sure some of you have been there before, but anyway. All right, so 5 days. Guess what? Did I do it again? I did it again. I seriously did it again. You know what? Give me a quick moment. This time I'm going to put you on the no, wait a minute. You know what? That's 3 days in a row. Guess what? I promised that if I screwed up, that if I did this again, that I was just going to hold on a sec. What happened here? Hold on 1 second here. I need to own a screw up. Let me do this really quick. I'm doing this. If you happen to be in this chat right at this moment, you're getting balls of yarn, because I promised that if I screwed up and did this again, that's just what was gonna happen. So Kamish is eating his words, and if you're in here, bot or not, you just got yourself some extra balls of yarn. So I'm giving 100 balls of yarn for the people that are sitting in this chat and have to put up with Kamish Derp for the 3rd straight night. That is a hat trick of stupidity. So normally, as a hockey guy, I would immediately hit the horn, you know, for hat tricks, but it's a screw up. So what does that mean? You just get a hat trick of Yosemite Sam.
You idiot. You idiot.
One more time for added effect.
You idiot.
Yeah, exactly. Kamish Derp to the fullest. Edit league schedule. So you guys get to watch me one more time for 5 days do this. So while we do this, let's have this as the topic of the chat. Now again, the balls of yarn are being added after. I've just copied and pasted over everybody sitting in this chat. Making sure. Jay Clark, you're here also. I'm going to add you. There we go. All right. So, because I actually don't see you on that list, but you're here. So you will also get that as well. So here is the deal. While I do this, let's bring a topic of discussion. So in the Discord, which, by the way, if you happen that you weren't in it, hold on, I want to adjust my chat again. Oh, it should be 1 quadrillion balls of yarn, says Cody. So, by the way, if you weren't in it, there's the Discord. And if you weren't in it earlier, the community was talking about Juan Soto and the Washington Nationals more specifically. So, since obviously it looks like that Soto is not going to sign a 15-year, $440 million contract. Well, I know Tom wants Soto to stay, and that'll be final. But let's play the where do you think he's going to go? Since it looks like that you missed that chat, huh? Well, here's an opportunity to talk about it a little bit. Where do you think Juan Soto is going to end up at the end of this whole ordeal? That's lowball, though. So here was my thought, and of course, those of you who have been around me a long time, 22 years and a day with eMLB, you know that I've always called him Scott Bohr Ass, with the @ symbol and $2 signs as his actual name. I'm under the impression that Boris is trying to make sure that Juan Soto is, at the moment, the highest paid major leaguer of all time. Only Alex Rodriguez would have made more money than him if that deal that was supposedly declined would have been accepted. That's the only person who would have made more career earnings than him. So that's my initial thought, that Boris wants to make sure. Boris is a Chad. Apologies to anybody named Chad in the chat, which I know there's at least one. So, where are you guys thinking here? So, Hannah says, Rangers, Mariners, Dodgers, Mets, Yanks, Red Sox. I don't think the Red Sox have the package to make it happen. And I look at it this way. Juan Soto is pretty darn good. Really good. Generational. I still think, and the eMLB version of him looks like he could be a Ted Williams, this generation. Probably the team's idea on the 15. I bet he would say 440 and 12. I bet if you gave him 12, he would do 440. Just my thought. So, back on the Red Sox, the reason I don't think that Soto would go to Boston. Red Sox are already struggling with whether or not they're going to sign both Xander Bogaerts and Rafael Devers. Now, I like Soto. He's an amazing player. I don't get to watch him very much. But I do get to watch Rafael Devers. And I want the babyface assassin staying in Boston long term. I'm also not opposed to Xander Bogaerts being given a new deal, since he's going to opt out, and staying in Boston for at least 4 or 5 more years as well. But they might be convinced that Marcelo Mayer may be ready sooner and maybe a more inexpensive option than Bogaerts. So that is my frustration. Yeah, I think JR, and of course, keep in mind, he might not work exactly on that side of a front office, but if anybody has the savviness of knowing baseball better than anyone else in this chat room, it's somebody who's worked in it for 2 decades. JR always will get my ear on, and I believe that. I would not be shocked if that's exactly where Boris wants to be with Soto, because he could probably get 6 and 400 if he got the 6 and 300, or even 6 and 250 would probably become 6 and 300, or even 350 probably 6 years later when he's 30 and still towards the back end of his prime. But you get it. So I think there's a lot of clout in thinking that that's exactly where Boris might be going, not necessarily trying to do a Fernando Tatis type of deal. And again, I think with Boris, I think he's also trying for his own egotistical approach, because we know the guy is absolutely that. I think he's trying to make sure that Soto, who is as much a generational talent as a Mike Trout is, probably gets that ability to say he was the highest paid player in history. Well, he does his job, and because we're fans, I share a similar feeling. Again, I call him Bohr dash @ symbol $2 signs for his name. And that's how I've always felt about him. But you know who doesn't feel that way about him? The people who pay him what they feel he's worth to get them the deals where he gets them. And I look at it this way. The owners have that kind of money to pay him. So there's that way to look at it too. This is day 3, more a reminder to myself. And I am getting this mofo done tomorrow morning. Of course, we're not streaming tomorrow morning. Or tomorrow. By the way, as a quick programming note, I am streaming tomorrow. Expect that... I'm not streaming. Sorry. I'm simming. That's what I meant to say. I am simming tomorrow still. We are doing another 5 days offline. I could see him going to Seattle. But then, what does that do? So, Steve, as a Mariners fan, you sign Juan Soto. Can you keep Julio Rodriguez in his arbitration years? And can you sign Julio Rodriguez also committing to Juan Soto? I don't know if you could do that. And who would you want if you only had a choice? Would you take the hype of Julio? Or would you go with the more assumed certainty of Soto? I mean, nothing's certain. Yeah, not when it's all guaranteed. I agree with you, JR. That's the one place that baseball has the tactical advantage over any other sport. But then again, thinking as a player, no other sport gives the peace of mind the baseball does unless there's guaranteed money involved, and guaranteed money is really hard to obtain unless you are a proven commodity or, of course, in football, someone with a lot of hype. All right, 2 more days for me to do, and we are finally off and running. Again, we're only going to watch 1 day. We're going to do kind of, again, I'm thinking about it this way. I feel kind of guilty that I haven't been able to do 2 games in a stream because my throat just kind of fails and the timing just gets like, wow, we're going to get too long here. I think I'm just going to commit to only 1 game per winter league and even spring training when we do that per stream. But the reason I do that is because I want that energy to be properly invested. I want to be in as best a position as possible for when we do the streamathon, because this COVID thing is real. I'll be honest. I took a nap today because I just knew I was run down today. I took a nap, and that nap that I thought was going to be 45 minutes went 2 hours and 15 minutes. I was dead to the world. Still would have started this stream at the same time because, you know, my kid kind of wanted to flirt with death today. Because don't piss off your mama, because she'll put the old put you in this world, I'll take you right out type of stance with him today. Oh, I want to see what Grumpy said. I'm going to say a name here. Odor. Rangers way overpaid for a young guy. Now Odor is no Soto. Keep that in mind. You're talking MLB Rangers, of course. Yeah, Miggy worked out for Detroit. That's true. 1 more day. They don't always work out. More often than not, they don't. I mean, let's look at Mike Trout here of late. Trout's been injured more often than not. He's dealing with back spasms. Still young enough in the deal, but look at it. If he's starting to break down now, how many more years does he have left? Do you get the feeling that he's going to stay as healthy as needed to maybe tempt the record books? I don't think so anymore. Hell, I once remembered thinking Alex Rodriguez was going to bust every major statistic. I felt he was going to be the one to have the highest home run count? Well, he got up there, but again, think about he cost himself time. J.J. Watt in football is fair. All right, last game. We are actually ready to go. Yay. All right, so let me just save this so I don't have anything screw up. I think should have signed and wait for the Nats to be sellers, then get traded a la Giancarlo Stanton. So, you think Soto is just being preemptive? Or does he seriously think he can get more money? Again, Steve makes a good point. When you think about the length and the amount, you're not even offering him $30 million a year. If I steal a page from Aaron, Aaron would suggest to you that a player doing 1 point of WAR wins above replacements. That every 1 point of WAR justifies about $8 million of value. Juan Soto does better than 4.0 WAR a year, doesn't he? So, and you got to keep in mind that WAR, from a dollar standpoint, you're going to have to adjust it for inflation. So actually, when I use that assumption, I look at eMLB being in 2026, 4 years ahead. And if I look at a player and try to predict what I think their value is when I tell you if I think a player is worth something. So, like, again, let's pick on somebody. Let's look at Kyle Freedland. Kyle Freedland is a hell of a steal. Why? He had a 1.6 WAR last year. And his last 2 seasons prior to that, he had a 3.8 and a 4.3. So 8.1, 9.7. Let's just say his average 3-year WAR is 3.2 million. Where we're a few years ahead, if I assume 1 WAR is worth maybe 9 million in production, then the $15 million he signed, just the 1.6 WAR he did last season, that's realistically the bar that JR needs to pass over 2 years. So Kyle Freedland does 0.8 WAR basically per year, and he's probably worth what Cincinnati just signed him for here in eMLB. So is Juan Soto, who I think does more than 4 WAR a year, worth more than 30 mil? I'd say yeah. I'd say absolutely. So, yeah, pay the man. Give him 12 years and 440. I don't know the math right offhand. Just hypothetically. And again, I'm in JR's camp. I would never offer a deal that long. That's 36.6 million. So you're still looking for around 4 WAR on average. So if you do 12 years, you need 48 WAR just in today's dollars to justify it. So if you skew that a little bit, you're probably needing 55 WAR if you kind of adjust for some level of inflation. Inflation, we won't even talk about that 4-letter word right now in real life. Let's see, it's like 2 Pujols contracts. My baseball structure needs a massive overhaul. Teams won't pay for what you have done, don't have to pay for what you are doing in most cases. There's a little bit of that intangible also on that, because whoever brings Juan Soto in, you've got to assume that that's going to create a certain amount of revenue for bringing that player in, because people are going to want to watch him, especially where he's as young as he is. So there is that. So that's part of where some of that pay comes from, is the name. People want to see the name. I want to see Rafi Devers, and I want to see Xander Bogaerts for the Red Sox. I want to see JD Martinez still. I want to see Mookie Betts, Christ, and Andrew Benintendi. You know, I want to see the 2018 Red Sox again, but not going to happen. So, it is what it is. There are dudes that played in the Futures game older than Soto. That's an interesting point. Now, someone said in our Discord earlier, Steve, that the Padres have over $200 million of payroll already. Of course, a lot of that is in Tatis. And the question is, would you pay a Tatis and a Soto? Can you afford it? Can any team? So again, back on Seattle. Could Seattle handle both Juan Soto and Julio Rodriguez, who's just a rookie, but could they pay him? You know that Julio Rodriguez is going to command Juan Soto-like money in the future if he continues to pan out. Does Wander Franco? Franco ain't getting his money from Tampa. You know that, right? Right? I think. So. Yeah, they won't send him interdivision. Not unless they get the massive overall. And I mean better than anyone else would. But anyway. Alright. Hey, we were here for eMLB? Yeah, we were. Alright, so let's get into that. Let me go over to the scores so I don't accidentally end up in Arizona. Day one action, Tampa, Arizona. Marlins, Yankees. I don't think I had seen everything offhand. I'm kind of going to skim through here. Angels, Blue Jays, Phillies, Red Sox, Rocks, Athletics, Nats, and Brewers. Wouldn't be too terrible. I don't think Pirate or Jay Hill are here right now. Pods and the Twins. Hey, Pods and the Twins are here. I'm not opposed to jumping into that. But again, it would be the only game we would do this evening. Cards and Indians. Tigers, White Sox. Giants, Braves. Dodgers, Mets. Mariners, Pirates. Or Reds, Astros. So, I know both Steve and Ken are here. So, I'll let them be the ones to decide. Do they want that to be the game of the night? Or do we advance a day and we'll just talk shop some more here? That one hit a little weird. JR says let's advance a day. Steve says I'm game if you all want to see my sad, crappy Winter League team. There it is, gang. Compass was kind enough to share an interesting statistic. Cost of a family to go to a baseball game. Guess which team costs the most? Family of four, $324. How big is my family? All right. Steve convinced him we are going to advance. All right. Thank you both, Ken and Steve, for being willing, though. But we'll... and again, it's not necessarily looking at the best team. Remember, especially if you have some community-created players. I mean, yesterday's game was perfect. We had Michael Scott. We had Kevin Milligan. Oh, my God. I'm derping on who else we had out there. Oh, King Butcher's player, Alex Lee, had a 4-hit game yesterday. That's what it was about. We wanted to be able to see that type of stuff. So it doesn't matter what necessarily your record is. Although, you guys might be kind of saying, well, if it's the only game. Anywho, yeah, Alex Lee is who we saw, King Butcher's player. Diamondbacks, Dan the Man Snyder, Blackfire's player was also seen as well. So Arizona Diamondbacks will double up on the Rays 4-2. Dirk, yes, Butcher's player had a heck of a game yesterday. Yankees beating the Marlins 9-4. Cubbies, Danny Smith Jr. citing fourth home run of Winter League action as they beat the Orioles 7-3. Arizona Diamondbacks is the least expensive team to go watch play baseball for a family of 4. It's $126. That's insane. But I'm looking at the list, and since my wife and I are thinking of, I have not a bucket list. I don't believe in bucket lists, guys, just so you know. I kind of gave up on that several years back. I believe in challenge lists. As we get older, you want to be challenged to accomplish specific goals in life, things to strive for, not just things you want to cross off on some list. Well, something of a challenge for me, every single major league ballpark to be seen. I've seen Coors, I've seen Fenway, of course, and I've seen Le Stade Olympique. Oh, wait. That one don't count anymore. I've only been to 2 parks. I got 28 more to go, gang. Challenge accepted. I'm going to probably use this list and work my way up. Mets beer prices, oh my God. $12. Meanwhile, the Yankees, $6. Crazy, man. That chart is off. I need the section for the vendor that sells you 2 beers for $12 in Citi Field. All right, where were we? Toronto beating the Angels 1-0 in a thriller. There's 9 hits in that one. Yeah, I know. I do have to pick up the pace. I mean, Christ, they already got rid of one of the teams that I'd been to. That was 2001, 2 weeks before I had my first marriage, by the way. Phillies defeat the Red Sox 6-4. Red Sox are now 8-22. Your dad and brother just got back from a road trip seeing all the parks west of the Rockies in 2 weeks. That sounds cool. Kind of jealous. Athletics will defeat the Rockies 7-5. 3 home runs, including Johnson Grayson and Jeff Piazza, community creative player. He's not a community creative player. Johnson Grayson is, if I remember right. That's Boo, who created that player. But Jeff Piazza is a 1.0 player. He was like my Jason Varitek. The Nationals defeating the Brewers 5-3. Philip Milwee, though, got a home run. That is Whelpcakes of the 949 Sim Racing team. Padres beat the Twins 5-4. Hey, look, your sad Winter League team just won, Steve. Rangers will beat the Royals 7-2. Mike Bodfield, still 74, has his 5th home run of Winter League action. Indians will defeat the Cardinals 6-4. Have an eMLB summit at the Great American Ballpark. Dude, I am so there. And my wife would absolutely love it. Tigers 4, White Sox 1. The Braves defeat the Giants 6-5. Sean Wooten Jr., 1.0 player. Well, Sean Wooten was there. Wooten Jr., 1.0. The Mets, Jeff Brokamp gets a home run, helping defeat the Dodgers 4-3. Mariners will defeat the Pirates by a 5-1 score, and the Reds will outlast the Astros in extra innings 6-5 in that one. All right, so we did advance the day. Let's check the injuries. Any goofball injuries to talk about? Nope, but Luis Alex Fernandez, unfortunately, he has a bone spur in his elbow, so the possible guy competing for opening day, Luis Alex Fernandez is going to miss 4 weeks. He will still have a chance for spring training, but we'll see if the bone spurs will affect him at all. Joe Schilling from the Diamondbacks has an oblique strain. That's going to probably cost him the rest of the Winter League. Bryant Salgado from the Rockies with an elbow strain, also expected to miss the rest of the Winter League. Kevin Kendall with a torn thumb ligament, but will probably be good in a couple of weeks. Ooh. The riverboat deck. That sounds fun. That sounds fun. I think that's a winner chicken dinner. Get me there. Get me there. I want to do that. You know? Pennant chase has come active? No, it's not ready yet. I didn't think so. Boo Fernandez injury indeed. All right, let's see. Over to eMLB real quick. Whoa! Chance Sisco has signed, so we know of one signing on the dotted line that's taken place, and that's it. It's Chance Sisco. Sisco has got a chance to compete for the starting spot with the Boston Red Sox. Signs a 1-year, $8 million deal. He played for the Houston Astros last year, hitting .291 with 8 homers and 33 runs batted in. Sisco never panned out to be the offensive dynamo that he was rumored to be in real life. Still hasn't really done that either as well. And he doesn't really project out as a massively solid catcher as well here, based upon the past history of what we've seen. Here's the career fielding statistics for all the time this was done. It wasn't done in 2017 or 2018. So if you look over the last 3 years, the ERA was phenomenal with Houston. Was that more the Houston Astros, or was that Chance Sisco? 3.39, 4.28 with Baltimore, 4.66 in 2022. But of course, they didn't have the nutball Jim Reed at that particular point in time. And Matt McClendon was still a rookie, but actually better than he is or has been of late. So Sisco did well in 77 games of play, but still his zone rating actually says, he's not that great. So what are you buying? Well, you're buying a player who's a career 253 hitter and hits you at least 7 or 8 home runs a year, and he gets you some production. So a bottom third of the order guy, no big surprise, but $8 million, that is too much money for a 1-year, $8 million deal. I don't know. Here, if we're talking 2023 Chance Sisco, if we're talking 2023 Chance Sisco, I agree with you. But we're talking 2024 Chance Sisco, who had an 811 OPS when he asked for 9 from you. I still think that would have been a good deal. But again, I also factor this in too. I think Houston's an easier park to hit in than Fenway. If you're a left-hander, you're automatically, so I'm going to assume he's going to probably hit only 5 home runs at Fenway, if you give him the same amount of games. And he hit 8 in 78. So he was on pace to do far better. Yeah, split him only versus righties. So depending upon how Billy's going to do this, if he's going to be a strong side platoon player, that probably works very well to his situation. As you look, just Hunter Fiducia, who's a righty, comes in and probably plays against the lefties. And Fiducia hit 201 last year, but was that in a split situation? Against lefties, well, 177. So put him in against righties because he didn't do the job. Who knows if Fiducia is going to be long for this. But we need answers, Billy. Indeed. I think it's a worthwhile gamble, and when you're the Red Sox and have that kind of money, why not? It was a position of weakness. You're buying a player who had a WAR of 2.1 last year. And even if you average out his last 2 years, it's a 1.4. And a 1.4 is still better than $8 million of production worth-wise. So it's a fair deal. But you're not wrong. Steve's not wrong. Sisco is an average arm so far. And again, it won't make a huge difference, but Do you invest off-season training and boost his arm, or have him work on his arm? Do a throwing program? Is it worth it? Don't know. Don't expect him to be throwing a lot of guys out, though. That's for sure. So, anyway, that's the one signing so far on a day 2. Rockies have the Mets, Dodgers, Jays, Mariners, Orioles, Pirates, Phillies, Athletics and the Reds, Giants and the Indians, Cubs, Angels. Don't think Jake is here right now. White Sox, Brewers, Red Sox, Diamondbacks. Ooh, community graded player Edward Elric, Full Metal, is going in that one. Indians are here. Let's keep the streak going. Giants, though, Sean Pax. Yeah, Sean's here. Let's see. We got Cards and the Rays. Marlins, Nationals. Rangers, Padres. Yanks, Braves. Tigers, Twins. And Royals, Astros. You know what? That's why I want to do it, and I'm almost tempted that that's good. I say we do this one. Giants and the Indians. Because, again, there's a lot of, in this instance, if we want to be able to feature you guys, the stars of tomorrow shining bright today, that'll give us an opportunity to get to see several different players. So I'm not opposed to that. I love it. Everyone is attacking that list in their own right. What do you say, Mike? You want to watch your Giants take on the Indians? I mean, I know the records aren't great, but again, everything has a story, and there's a lot of community-created players that I could see in that one. Sure, you got it. All right, let's do it. We'll make that one the game of the day, and then we will chat some more baseball, and we'll watch the rest of the day. Works for me. Let me remove myself. There we go. All right. Let's get to management first. We'll start with Mike. If you are going to be using Danielle Freak, I'm going to tell him right now. That's right. Slambino's going to be in this one as well, I believe. So, Freak will be at second base. We're going to move him down to sixth. Ho! Jedi Cats JR says, not only am I going to make you pay an extra $5 more for the Streamathon commish, I'm throwing another 5 in too on top of these gifted subs. So kind of you, sir. Thank you very much, JR. I see Doug and Mr. Audit, who are here somewhat regularly. Again, if you've been gifted a sub and you haven't, if you've been gifted a sub and you have not created a player yet, there is the info you need. A gifted sub just got you a player. Oh, well, now we can connect some dots. So, Rob, cool that we now know he's your brother. We can connect some dots better. But why has Mr. Audit not made a player yet? Because I know he's had gifted subs prior. For you wrestling fans, in the immortal words of the Hurricane, what's up with that? All right. Oh, yeah. We were moving the freak down to 6. There he is, Mr. Audit. Yes, sir, you should. If you're not in the Discord, then that's the first thing we need from you. But in the second instance, go to the How to Create a Player section. Let's get you in so you can have some of the pomp and circumstance that your brother got to have. So he was drafted 14th, if I remember right, overall by the Los Angeles Dodgers. The Dodgers. All right, Ulbrich will go to 3rd in place of Ernie Carl. Camp Candela. Oh, wait a minute. That didn't work, right? Hold on a sec. You know what? I'm going to cancel the game because I know I screwed something up and I did not pay enough attention. So now I'm going to do it this way. There we go. Start over. All right. So the freak is going to 6th. Fuston is going into left. Danny Ulbrich will go to 3rd base. PPD postponed. Nothing is postponed, especially the Spanish Inquisition. No additional balls of yarn for that derp. Greedy. Excuse me. All right, Candela in at catcher. You've got Tanaj Thomas is scheduled up. Well, yeah, I know he can't blame a guy for trying, but I was on the hook of saying yesterday that if I screwed up and didn't do the parks in time before, that I was going to have to owe you guys that were here at that moment having to put up with that. Something. So you like the lineup as is, Mike? Okay, very good. Giants locked in. Indians. Got to read what Sadier had already sent to me. Slambino going in at first. That is PJ's player. In place for Dominic Dark. Oh, Dark will be the DH. So Gilliam, oh, wait a minute, hold on. Vega's in at center field. So let's do Vinny Vega first in center field. Andrew O. Quinn, Shamrocks Community Creative Player. We'll go into right field for 1.0 player Kelly Harper. Gilliam is at 3rd. Dark is your DH. So that means Ethan Long is the odd man out after seeing all the adjustments made. Yeah, Bino at first. Hold on a second. 99% sure that's PJ's player. Yep. PJ, don't know if you're here. Just told him that he is being featured tonight. Meanwhile, Sean Bensley III. Oh, hold on. Seeing the request for the lineup. So Hogan, Gonzalez, Dark, Bino, Gilliam, O'Quinn, Vinny Vega, Paulino, and Shane Marshall. Vinny Vega created by Eazy-E, who I don't know if he's around. And John Bensley III, who was a very quick flash in the pan GM for us prior Indians order before Sadier. You bet. Thank you. Because now it's Sadier's turn. Here's your chance to bet in this evening's game. Waiting for it. Hey! Now you can bet in tonight's game before the third inning is done. We are going to quick sim the middle 3 innings. Then we will watch the final 3 innings as well. Place your bets. Pick just the team that you think is going to win. You think it's the Giants or the Indians? Hey, even Sadier's going for the Giants in this one. I see that reverse psychology. If you are right on your guess, you're going to win 50 balls of yarn. If you are wrong, however, it will cost you 25 balls of yarn. So keep an eye on Sadier to see if he just pulled a Pete Rose here, gang. Well, why it's not so much a worry, because as soon as I switch over, we're setting it to AI. He ain't managing the game. So if Slambino comes up and bunt, then you know he's Pete Rose in it, but it won't matter tonight. Hi, Bella. AKA the better half of Minerva. Alrighty, gang. We're ready. Hey, guess what? We're going back to Park Kukulkan, which is in Merida. We were there yesterday. Merida, Mexico. Let's go back. Twice as nice, right? Let's go. So I try not to cough and die. It is going great. Thank you. Hope you are having a wonderful day yourself. Welcome back to Merida, Mexico, as we are here at Park Kukulkan, watching the Giants taking on the Cleveland Indians in what should be a decent one, especially a lot of you community-created players out there. And again, if you haven't yet, you can create a community-created player, especially if you have that ball of yarn right next to your name. You have been invited to create a player in our universe. It takes me about 20 minutes to create a player to the way that you ask for, so that is why it often requires either you investing time in talking about your player in our Discord, writing a story about them, or of course choosing to do some form of non-required, but you can choose to sub or provide bits or donate to the channel. That's the only reason it's there, because it is a very time-intensive thing that we do here for eMLB. You have no idea the amount of time I invest off camera on getting this universe up and functional. Especially my biggest function I do is creating our future, which is the draft pool. Every, and I mean every single player you will see in this coming draft in July is either created by the game or added by me in some way, shape, or form. When I say created by the game, I'm creating it and tweaking it. For example, I'm going to give my hand for a sec. Hold on. I'm going to tell you one player that the game created today that all I did was the smallest amount of tweaking, but it fit so perfectly, there was no way that I wasn't going to let this player go by when the name came up as it did. You can just see the car go by. Can't you? If you don't know, get out of my Discord. I'm kidding. Michael Knight, a lone crusader in a world to help, the champion for the helpless, the powerless. Fighting criminals who think they're above the law, right? Anyway. Now that I've given Anju some work. Hey, Donnie. How are you, sir? All right. Enough of that. Michael Knight, the Knight Rider. No one created him except out of the park today as I was creating General George Patton Coach Dave, one of our new created players from a non-GM. The game chose Michael Knight. And I said, you're telling me something, game. You're telling me to make him. So we got third baseman Michael Knight. None of you can see him in the file yet because he was only added today. He will be in there for you to peruse later. Doesn't look like a terrible player. He's not going to be, I don't think he's a first-round talent. But, I can see someone going after him. Michael Knight was my first hero because any talking car that could drive itself when you're 9 years old, you want, right? And I still want at 49. I assure you. So. Remember when we were thinking, cars will be like that in 30 or 40 years. Cars can do a lot, but they sure as hell can't drive to that level. At least that's sure what Elon Musk vehicles have shown us. So. No, see, I knew someone was going to go there, but Teslas cannot do what Kit does. No, it cannot. Not yet. Not yet. Not yet. At all. My green screen is bothering me. All right, we got a baseball game we were going to watch here. Giants taking on the Indians. Let's look at the defensive alignment as I got completely thrown off tangent there, right? Kit can fart. Thank you very much. Why do you think he's got an exhaust port, Steve? Come on. Anyway, Matt Hogan will be in left field. Vincent Vega is your center fielder. Shamrock Andrew O'Quinn is in right field. Bobby Gilliam, is over at third base. Joseph Paulino is your shortstop. Jacob Gonzalez is at second base. And Slam Bino is over at first. Behind the frosty eMLB logo will be Shane Marshall. Behind the dish on the hill, community creative player Sean Bensley III, 20-year-old from Johnson City, New York, played an A- ball last year. It was scary for him. We'll see if Biggs improves for this one. He didn't look good in our first time that we got to peek at the Indians in Winter League action as well. He's 2-3 with a 4.94 ERA to this point. Time to get it up. Donnie, if you're still here, you are sixth in the lineup playing second base in this one. Giants ready to go. Angel Geraldo will come in 215 hitter to start tonight's game with 2 homers and 8 RBI. Friendly reminder, we're going right to one pitch mode. We're going to do this fairly quick. Oh, wait, that's right. Kamish has to set everything to computer AI because we're just watching these games. It's not the regular season. Yep. Place your bets. Remember, pick the team you think will win. If you're right, you get 50 balls of yarn. If you're wrong, you will lose 25 balls of yarn. Got a 1-2 pitch coming to Geraldo from Bensley. The pitch. It's gonna jam shot him into center. Diving stop from Vincent Vega. Hey, gang, are you kidding me? Get your saxophones out because Vincent Vega... Well, we should play some Pulp Fiction, shouldn't we? But nope, you know where we're going. It's oh so sexy to start tonight's game off. Look at Josh breaking out a different saxophone here. You've got a ball of yarn. You can use the Kitty Ninja Saxomote, or in case Tranquil Hill Farms breaking out the lighters. One of these days, when my daughter is back from college, since she's learning animation, we're going to get Fluffy Kitty Ninja Sax to be moving around and having music float all over the place. That is on my to-do list for animated emotes. I will keep my kid plenty busy, I assure you. Jairo Pomares is checking in, the right fielder, hitting pretty decent of late, up to a 254 average with a home run and 10 RBI. Wind is blowing out to center. Do note it is raining here in Merida, so we'll see if that slows this game down at all. First pitch to Pomares. He's going to jam shot it over to short. Joe Paulino is there over to first for the second out. 2 outs now. That'll bring in Isaiah Thomas. No, not that guy. No, not the king of the north from the Boston Celtics either. Isaiah Thomas, the center fielder here for the Giants organization. 240 average, 3 home runs, and 17 runs batted in. 1-2 pitch. Coming in a little too far, and he got him. The 1-2 pitch tries to go inside, goes too far in. That's going to be a costly one. Thomas takes the march down to first. 5 stolen bases for him in tournament play. Cooper Swanson's your DH today. Just a 128 average with no homers and 1 run batted in. The 1-2. Big swing and a miss. He is fooled with a very nasty slider. Nothing but crickets on that swing. Side will be retired. Half an inning in the book. Giants don't get anything. Here come the Indians, here from Merida, Mexico, eMLB Winter League. All right, before I forget, don't forget, top right, you can see is our bar towards our charity streamathon. Again, August 11th through August 14th. For Dana-Farber. Am I leaving pointing on the right side? I think so. Yeah, Dana-Farber Cancer Institute, where we are looking to strike out cancer. That's why I constantly am wearing this particular hat during this particular portion of the year, as we are getting ramped up for our coverage on trying to strike out cancer in kids for Dana-Farber. I know Danielle Freak is planning to do some streaming for us as well. And again, our challenge on this particular channel, push that bar up. You decide how long our charity streamathon will be on that Saturday, with every point up adds $1 to what my donation is. We fill that bar, that getting the goal makes it $2 a point, so I'll be on the hook for $500, and I will continue to say it. I will go up to $1,000 in any challenges you guys decide to put there. So I'm wanting to donate up to $1,000. That is the challenge that we make to you guys. 3 of yours are remotes of like 15 to 20 other streamers. Got it. Alrighty, here we don't care where the emotes come from. I know some places are a little particular about that, but anyway. All right, before we get started, let's look at the Giants' defensive alignments here in this one. Kevin Weston is your left fielder. Isaiah Thomas is in center, and Jairo Pomares is out in right field. Eddie Aldrich is over at third today. Angel Geraldo is your shortstop. The Danielle Freak, the Dictator. Donnie the Dictator is over at second base, and Chris Crabtree at first. Community Creative Player of Sean Paxley, Cam Candela, brother of Ethan, if I remember correctly. Cam Candela is your catcher in this one. Tanaj Thomas will be your pitcher. The Bahamian, 26-year-old, played in AAA Sacramento the last couple of years. 8-9 with a 4.6 ERA in AAA. For the tournament, 1-2 with a 3.91 ERA. Matty Hogan ready to go for the Indians. 255 average for Hogan. 0-1 pitch coming from Thomas. That's a line shot right back up the middle. That one sizzled right by Thomas's head. That'll get into center field for a base hit as Hogan gets aboard with the leadoff hit. Jacob Gonzalez will be your batter. Gonzalez, of course, a rookie for the Indians last season. Comes into tournament play hitting .330 with 3 home runs and 18 runs batted in. Ugh, just had a splattering. That's a first. 3-1 pitch. Comes too far inside, ball 4. 2 on for the ever dangerous Dominic Dark. Dark is your DH today. 215 average, 9 home runs. That's in the top 3 in the league. 25 runs batted in. 1-2 pitch. Jams him inside, and he got him. He brought the heat at 97 miles an hour. First strikeout on the day for Tanaj Thomas. It's a big one as he retires dark with a couple runners aboard. 1 out now. Here comes another threat. Slambino, community credit player of PJ. 228 average on the tournament with a home run and 9 runs batted in. 0-1 delivery from Thomas. Pops it up. That's going to be an infield fly called by the umpire. Crabtree will still make the catch for the second out. Everybody stays where they are. 2 outs now. Bobby Gilliam is going to be your batter. Gilliam, the third baseman, hitting .313 in tournament play with 4 homers and 14 runs batted in. 0-1 delivery to second. Ranging over to his right is the freak. Donnie throws the first in time to retire the side. The Indians will get 2 on base, but they will not threaten any further. 1 inning in the book. No score here from Merida, Mexico. Park Kukulkan. Top second we go. If you haven't bet yet, again, you've got until the end of the 3rd inning to put a bet in on this game. All you got to do in chat, write down either the Giants or the Indians as your choice for the winner. If you're right, you win 50 balls of yarn. If you're wrong, it's going to set you back 25 balls of yarn. Balls of yarn are the currency of the Fluffy Kitty Ninjas show. They are the lifeblood of helping you build your eMLB player. Camp Candela, been pretty hot. 500 average, 17 hits and 34 at-bats. That's pretty good. No home runs, though, but 6 RBI for Candela. Full count pitch from Bensley. To second, off the end of the bat, Jacob Gonzalez is there. Throws over to first for the out. Guardians. Who are the Guardians? Who are you talking about, Minerva? There's no such thing as the Guardians. Running joke. We are still... We do not have any Cleveland Guardians in eMLB. It is still the Cleveland Indians. Give me a moment. COVID, post-COVID cough is catching up with me. So, Mentos break. I know I'm not having a Coke. I'm sure you'd like that, though. All right, Danielle Freak, community creative player of the said name Danielle Freak coming in. Donnie hitting 191 for tournament play with a home run and 9 runs batted in. Cleveland Guindians? That'd be confusing. 2-2 pitch coming to Donnie. Swing and a miss. Comes inside with the cutter. He will get him.
Fatality.
That is the second strikeout on the day for Sean Bensley, the third. 2 outs now. First baseman Chris Crabtree comes to the box. Also struggling, just a 189 average with no home runs and 8 RBI. 0-1 pitch. Over to first. Well played over there by Slambino. He'll get to the bag himself. Retires his fellow first baseman, and the side is retired. Down in order they go here for the Giants. On with the second coming up. No score. Bottom of the second, Indians coming up. 6, 7, 8 hitters are due up. A couple of community creative players as well. We'll start it off with Andrew O'Quinn. O'Quinn in right field today, hitting .322. No home runs and 10 runs batted in. 3-2 pitch. Shot over to third. Well positioned there is Danny Ulbrich. He'll throw to first in time. Retires O'Quinn for the out. That'll put Vincent Vega into the box. The center fielder is in today. Just 13 at bats so far, but 5 for 13. 385 average with a couple RBI. Yes, I know he knows. I know it was a joke. 3-2 pitch. Called strike 3. That one looked like it could be low. Didn't swing at it anyway. He will go down to the breaking ball.
Hey, swing,
That was pretty fair at the knees, according to eMLB Sportsnet K-Zone. Fair call, strike 3, second strikeout for Tanaj Thomas on the day. And with 2 outs now, here comes shortstop Joseph Paulino. Paulino hitting just 208 to this point with a home run and 8 RBI. 2-2 pitch. To right field. Coming in, though, raying it well is Jairo Pomares. He'll make the catch. And the side is retired. Indians will go down in order. Pretty quick second inning on both ends. We'll head to the third. Last chance for you to bet on this game. No score here between the Giants and the Indians. Top third we go. 8-9-1 hitters due up for the Giants. Denny Ulbrich will be the first in. The light hitting third baseman, hitting .230 on the tournament with no home runs and 3 RBI. First pitch he sees, he'll send it into left field towards left center. Already positioned there is Matt Hogan. He will make the catch for the first out. 1 out now, number 9 hitter Kevin Weston, the left fielder, comes in. The lefty is hitting .265 in tournament play with 2 home runs and 10 RBI. 4 hitters in this Giants lineup do not have any home runs. Rain is beginning to fall. That's never good. The 2-2 pitch. Got him looking with a cutter. Just fooled and froze him completely in that play. That's going to be the 3rd strikeout now for Sean Bensley, the 3rd. 2 outs now here. Angel Geraldo, your leadoff hitter, is 0 for 1. Trey Griffey hit a home run for the Reds, I see, as the out-of-town scoreboard is also going across the way. 1-2 pitch to Geraldo. That's to center field. That's going to land where nobody can get it. Little bit of a fisted shot out in towards right center field. Geraldo gets it down. He gets the first hit on the day for the Giants. It's a 2-out runner at the top of the 3rd, and Jairo Pomares will try to cause some further damage. He's 0 for 1. 1-1 delivery. Rolls it over to second base. Right there is Jacob Gonzalez. He'll make the play. Side is retired. Giants get a hit, but that's all they'll get. Bottom of the 3rd, we will go. No score. Oh, so close, Mr. Chuck Norris. But not yet. Hold on. Finishing him in. Testing the Mentos and Schafferhofer theory. They don't necessarily go very good together, but you know, at this point, it's just try to keep cool and liquid here. All right, number 9 hitter, the catcher Shane Marshall, comes in to start the bottom of the 3rd, and back to the top of the order we go. Very last chance for you to get your bet in for this game. Once this half inning's done, no more bets. Marshall, 0 for 6 in tournament action. Rain has become pretty heavy. Calling a rain delay. It's only 29 minutes. All right. Pitchers should be fine. They'll probably not be too tired. 0-2 pitch to Shane Marshall. Swing and a miss. 95 miles an hour, low and away. Have a seat, Mr. Marshall. Long rain delay did not help, I'm sure. 1 out. Matty Hogan is your batter. Hogan had a base hit to start the Indians off. 0-2 pitch. He will go down swinging. That's now 4 strikeouts for Tanaj Thomas. 6 pitches thrown so far this inning, all strikes. Immaculate inning. We'll see. Jacob Gonzalez is your batter. He walked in his first appearance. It will not be He'll roll it over to second. Daniel Freak is there. One second baseman throws out another, and the side is retired. 3 innings are in the books. No more bets. Your bets are in. And for time purposes only, we will sim the next 3 innings. And we'll peek at box scores or game logs to see if any scoring is done. Why? Top of the 4th completed. No score. Donnie also got out in that one. Bottom of the 4th. Dominic Dark, Slambino, Bobby Gilliam are due up. A hit was done, but no scoring. 4 innings in the books. No score. Top of the 5th we go. Bottom 3rd of the order is due up against Sean Bensley III. Couple hits, but that is it. Bensley escapes danger halfway through the game. Now no score. Bottom of the 5th, so this game is official now. Keep in mind it is raining. Bottom of the 5th, Paulino, Marshall, Hogan are scheduled up. They'll score 2 runs. How do they do it? Paulino will single. Marshall will draw the base on balls. Remember, he's 0 for 7 in tournament play. That's his first getting on base. A sac bunt. The play at third, they get the runner out. So Hogan attempted to advance the runners. It did not happen. Runners at first and second. Walk for Gonzalez loads the bases. Then Dominic Dark gets a bases loaded walk, scoring Marshall. And Slambino will hit a fly to center field where Matt Hogan will score. There is your 2-0. Bobby Gilliam had a single, but it ended up just loading the bases again. And Andrew O'Quinn had a fly out. So 2-0 through 5. One more inning to be simmed, and we'll go back live to watch this game. Bensley back in 72 pitches. He's got Pomares, Thomas, Swanson. No scores. They go 1, 2, 3. Vega, Paulino, and Marshall do up. Thomas is still going. 6 strikeouts, 5 walks, though. It will go to the 7th now. We'll go back live. Sean Bensley with a 2-0 lead. He's looking pretty good. 6 innings of work, 3 hits, no earned runs, just 1 walk, and 4 strikeouts, 82 pitches to this point. Cam Candela will be your batter. Candela is 0 for 2 to this point. Danielle Freak and Chris Crabtree due up after. Candela's first swing is shot over to short. Diving attempt from Paulino, and then a bad throw. When I see the dive happen like that, that tells me that something good is not coming. Paulino's throw is wide. I'm pretty sure that said error on Paulino. It is. So Candela gets to second by the way of the E6. Runner in scoring position. Nobody out here for the Giants as they're trying to get on the board. Danielle Freak is 0 for 2. Full count pitch. Swing and a miss. Fooled by the cutter.
Where's the kaboom? There was supposed to be an earth-shattering kaboom.
Not necessarily for Donnie's player, not created for power. He goes down swinging, though. It's the 5th strikeout on the day for Sean Bensley III. We have a pinch hitter coming in for the first baseman, Chris Crabtree. Steve Myers, a 4th-round draft pick in 2024. He is a 1.0 player, hitting .296 with 3 RBI in tournament action. The 3-1. This is outside ball 4. Just the 2nd walk on the day from Bensley, but that puts 2 on with 1 out. Danny Ulbrich, not a big power threat, but still 1 for 2 today. 3-1 pitch to him. Jam shot into center field. That's going to get down for a base hit. The throw coming in. Candela, not the fastest guy, and wasn't sure if that was going to be caught. He was cautious. He will stop at third. Bases are loaded. 1 out. Ulbrich with his 2nd hit on the day. We have a pinch hitter coming in now. It's E.J. Andrews Jr. coming in. He's hitting 200 on the tournament with no home runs and 4 RBI. Excuse me. The 1-2 pitch. Grounded to short. Over to second for 1. But guess what? That's all they're going to be able to get. Gonzalez was not able to make a relay throw in time, so Andrews will reach on the fielder's choice, but he will get an RBI. It's his 5th RBI of the tournament. Giants are now on the board. It's 2-1. Runners at first and third. Angel Geraldo back up 4th time for him today. He's 1 for 3. 1-0 pitch. Pops it up on the infield. Right down the line, Slambino comes in about halfway between the bases, makes the catch, and that will retire the side. 7 innings are officially in the books. Time for the 7th inning stretch.
I was born to love you. I was born to lick your face. I was born to rub you. But you were born to rub me first.
7th inning stretch here on the Fluffy Kitty Ninja Show. Giants taking on the Indians here from Merida, Mexico. Indians off to a 2-1 lead as we get ready for the bottom of the 7th. And it happens to be at the top of the order for the Indians. Matty Hogan, Jacob Gonzalez, and Dominic Dark are scheduled up. Tanaj Thomas is still going here, 101 pitches in through 6 innings. Hogan 1 for 3. Oops, the help fell on the right screen. A 1-0 pitch. Jam shot into left field. Going over, still going over. He will make the catch right in the corner, even though, hey, look, he's partially climbed up the wall. Look, he's not even, he's a Charlie Brown character, gang. You ever see the cartoons, the Peanuts? They always are walking over the ground. They all levitate. Jairo Pomares makes the catch out there. That's the defensive changes. Pomares is in left. E.J. Andrews is now over to right. Steve Myers is at first now. Jacob Gonzalez is now your batter, 0 for 1. Two-one delivery. That one's into right center field. No one's going to get to that one. It's going to bounce off the wall. Coming in, heading for third, and on his way, he will get there. Jacob Gonzalez is going to pick up a triple. That is Gonzalez's 7th? Wow. He has more triples than doubles. He's got 5 doubles and 7 triples. 7 frickin' triples.
What?
Holy crap, Jacob Gonzalez. That's insane. Sorry. Hold on. COVID sucks. It really does. All right. Infield is in. Dominic Dark. Very dangerous threat here. 0 for 2 with an RBI. He had a walk with the bases loaded. Nope, they're not going to give it to him. He'll take an intentional walk. That also puts a new pitcher in as Tanaj Thomas will be done. Nick Lockhart will come in. Lockhart, 9 innings of work, 5 earned runs on 13 hits. Hasn't walked anyone. And only struck out 4. And I apologize, the cough is being a little fierce at the moment. The 24-year-old from Lovettsville, Virginia, played for... This has been the challenge, and this is why this is the last stream of the week, I think. Oh my god. Trying not to die on you. Alright, Lockhart ready to go. Slambino. Runners at first and third now with 1 out. Double play situation. The 1-2 pitch. Probably wants Lucas Parker for him. Grounded to short. Over to second for one. Can Freak turn it? No, he cannot. He had to hurdle the sliding runner. Could not make the throw. Incoming is Jacob Gonzalez. It's a 3-1 ball game. Slambino will get the RBI. It's not a hit, but it's an RBI for him. Number 11. Number 11 on the tournament for him. It's a 3-1 ball game now for the Tribe. Bobby Gilliam is 1 for 3. 1-2 delivery. Line shot into right field. He turned on that one. That one's going to get down. That one's going to get to the wall. Do we have a runner attempt to score? We do, as he comes in. Heading home is Bino. Safe! Slambino will get in. The throat sucks right now. RBI double for Gilliam. It's his 15th RBI. It is 4-1 now, Indians. I see what you did there, Sadier. He'll sacrifice the 25 balls of yarn to win the game. I kid. All right, Andrew O'Quinn comes in. He is 1 for 3 today. All day, huh? Line shot into center field will be a base hit as I die. Gilliam will take third, but he will stop right there as Thomas had a hard throw in. Nice try, Tom. Nice try. Runners at first and third again with 2 outs now as Vincent Vega tries to get on the train here. He's 0 for 3. 0-2 pitch. Grounded to short. They're going to have to hurry. Rushing over to second is Geraldo. He'll get there in time. Meanwhile, Donnie's like, hey, I'm right here. Give me the ball. Whatever. All right, 2 runs will come in for the Indians as 7 innings are now down. Giants head to the 8th, trailing by 3. It's 4-1. Dan Mortal, the immortal Dan Mortal, comes in 0 for 1 in tournament action with a 1.23 ERA for Mortal. Mortal, now 26 years old, from Sacramento. He had 30, almost 40 innings of work with the Indians last season. He's got Pomares, Thomas, and Swanson scheduled up. Pomares to the plate, 0 for 3. 8th inning underway on a 1-2 count. To left field, coming over, but that's going to come down, is Matt Hogan. He could not make the catch there. Pomares will get a hit. That is the 5th hit on the day now for the Giants. Yeah, did we give him that name? Dan Immortal? Isaiah Thomas is up. He's 0 for 2 today. 3-2 pitch. Called strike 3. Got it on the outside corner.
Next.
The immortal Dan Mortal with the strikeout there. 95 at the knees away. I agree. 1 out, 1 on. Cooper Swanson to the plate. He's 0 for 2. 1-0 pitch. That was weird. Did you see that one? It kind of looked like it hit the ground and then did a left turn at Albuquerque. Meanwhile, Mortal throws it over to first, but it's not in time as it was slow developing with the speedy Swanson getting in. It's an infield hit. 2 on, 1 out. Cam Candela to the plate. The switch hitter 0 for 3 today. 2-2 pitch. Center field. Moving over, making the play, Vinny Vega. You can say that Vega was shot out of a gun. Like he exploded out of the back of a caddy. Was it a Cadillac? I forgot. Anyway. Danielle Freak now with 2 outs and 2 on. 0 for 3 today. 3-2 pitch. Swings and pops it to center field. Right center field, shallow. Vega will come in. He will glove it, make the catch. And the Giants will leave 2 runners aboard. Bottom of the 8th, we will go. Indians lead this one 4-1. Alrighty, bottom of the 8th, Nick Lockhart staying in to pitch. Joe Paulino, Shane Marshall, Matt Hogan are scheduled up. Paulino is in the box, 1 for 3. First pitch he sees, he'll hit it towards center field. Moving over to his right, Isaiah Thomas has it well sized up, makes the catch, 1 out. Shane Marshall to the dish. He's 0 for 2 tonight, but he did get aboard by way of a walk. Or 2 walks, actually, excuse me. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. 97 hard and in. Got him.
Emotional damage.
At this point, it's got to be emotional damage here for Marshall with no hits in Winter League action. Hasn't had a lot of chances, but still. 2 outs now here, bottom of the 8th. Matt Hogan to the dish. 5th time today, he's 1 for 4. The 1-1. To right field, not very deep. Moving under it is E.J. Andrews Jr. Makes the catch. Down in order go the Indians. We'll go to the 9th inning. Last chance for the Giants. They trail 4-1. Pitcher Joe Sulflo will come in, 1 for 3 with a 4.63 ERA, 7 saves to his credit in Winter League action for the left-hander. He'll try to close this one down. Steve Myers came in as a pinch hitter earlier and walked. Yeah, it was walked. He didn't get plunked. He walked. 3-2 pitch from Sulflo. Swing and a miss with the cutter. Big time gobbling up on that one. 1 out. Danny Ulbrich, 2 for 3 today. The 0-2. Got him swinging. 97 on the outer half. That's all that swing came up as. Crickets. 2 strikeouts now for Sulflo. Giants down to their last batter, or their last out at least. It's E.J. Andrews Jr., who had an RBI ground out. The 1-0. To third. Bobby Gilliam has it. He'll throw it over to Slambino in time, and that will be your ball game. Indians will take the victory and continue their winning ways of late, as they will win 4-1. Thank you to both Sean Paxlier and Sadier. Even though they're not doing a lot of managing here in Winter League action, still appreciate them setting up their lineups and giving us the game you just saw. Danny Ulbrich did well with being called into the game. He went 2 for 4 in that one. Chris Crabtree was 1 for 2. 3 other players, Cooper Swenson, Jairo Pomares, and Angel Geraldo with base hits on the day. Danielle Freak, unfortunately, 0 for 4 with a couple of strikeouts. For the Indians, your multi-hit guys were Bobby Gilliam and Andrew O'Quinn on the day. Jacob Gonzalez probably had the coolest hit with his 7th triple of the tournament. He was 1 for 2, 2 walks as well, so he was on base 3 times, including 1 run scored. Let's see what else we want to talk about. We have 1 stolen base from Cooper Swanson. Tadaj Thomas was 6 1/3 innings of work. He went 5 hits, 4 earned runs. He did walk 6 and struck out 6, throwing 107 pitches on the day. Sean Bensley Jr., committed credit player, 7 innings of work, 4 hits, 1 run allowed. It was unearned due to the Joe Paulino error. He walked 2, struck out 5. Yep, you got to think SB3 will be player of the game on 106 pitches. Dan Mortal got the hold, and Joe Sulflo with a perfect 9th inning. Sean Bensley III, no surprise, did get player of the game. That was day 2 action that we watched. So, action on the day. We saw the Rockies defeating the Mets 7-1. Dodgers will beat the Blue Jays 4-3. Ed Moriarty, though, got his 4th home run. He's a 1.0 name. He was a respectable 1.0 name. Not a big name, but a respectable one. Mariners beat the Orioles 11-5. Phillies will blank the Pirates 9-0. Whip Sentner now falling to 3-3. The Reds will get their 20th win of tournament action, beating the Athletics 13-5. Drake Griffey with 2 home runs, Eddie Yost with a home run, Forrest Hayter with a home run. So 2 community created players and 1 1.0 legend. Indians defeat the Giants 4-1. As you saw, Sean Bensley, the 3rd community created player, with the victory in that one, now 3-3. Angels will beat the Cubs 7-4. Mr. Foxy is a community created player. He gets his 3rd home run of the tournament. Brewers will defeat the White Sox 5-3. Diamondbacks beating the Red Sox 4-1. Red Sox, I don't know the last time they won at this point. Rays beating the Cardinals 13-5. The Nationals beating the Marlins in extra innings 8-5. Rangers, also in extra, beating the Padres by a 5-3 score. Mike Bodfield, stealth with another home run in as many days as well, too. Aiden Pearson gets a home run for the Braves. Not enough, though. Yanks will defeat the Braves 5-4. The Tigers will double up on the Twins 6-3. And then finally, Gaetano Tiscarenia gets 2 home runs behind my big old head. He's got 10 in the tournament now, but unfortunately, he was most of the offense for the Astros. They lose to the Royals 7-3. All right, let's advance day 2. Well, Athletics have a player DFA'd. Max Kranick. Did they sign Kranick? Yeah, they signed him, so put him. I think Kranick should be in the majors. I only signed a salary deal. Yep. I'm going to put him there, and to be honest, Nicky Lopez is going there too, so we don't get slowed down again. Because if it happened with one, it's going to happen with more. Hi! Alright, so let's see if we can advance now. Yay! Hold on a sec, gang. All right, we're back, gang. Mrs. Kamish is just off camera. All right, we saw the games for the day. Let's check the injuries super quick. Again, we know about Louis Alex Fernandez. A couple more injuries. Ooh, one that could be a risk. Teddy Kemp got injured being hit by a pitch. Another big 1.0 legend name. Of course, Chris hoarding some of those guys now. Beware of the Dodgers in the future. But Kemp, we don't know the extent of his injury yet. Same for Dorian Gonzalez, who is injured in a collision at a base. We will find out about them hopefully before the stream is done. Over to eMLB. Did we have any signings? No, we know about those injuries, but do we have any signings? Francisco's the last one. Hey, look, Hall of Fame is in. You know what? I forgot the Hall of Fame was coming due today, so that's on me. I will adjust Hall of Fame, so we're going to ignore this for the moment, and if people are voted in the Hall of Fame per you guys, we'll get that finalized, and I will update it here. So that is on me, but that's not a big issue because I can edit that. All right, so back to eMLB Winter League action, day 3. Again, we're quick simming the last 3 days. Hey, Kava. How are you? I think you'd set in your instructions on the boost. I just haven't gotten to it yet, but I will be circling back on that. I'm still doing some catch-up here. All right, on to day 3 action. Around the league, the White Sox will shut out the Pirates 5-0 in that one.
Not wear a bonnet!
Brennan. Hey, Brett. Thank you very much for the gift. It looks like Thistle Droid will end up getting it. Really appreciate that. Brett, that's going to add a boost to your coffer. Yes, Evil does not wear a bonnet. We don't hear it often. Despite that, I think I have that variation perfect. But there's still times that if you gift, it doesn't do it. So I'm kind of confused on that. But Brett, thank you again for that. That's another boost. I now believe you have 4 boosts. Are you on Discord yet? If not, I will do my best to try to copy and paste. It's going to be a very long email, but I can copy and paste all the instructions on how to boost if that's the only way you can. But you're the only person I still have challenge on trying to help you get involved. So again, thank you very much. Really appreciate your kindness. You'll see that you pushed the bar over one more. We're now on the hook for 100. You have been trying. If we can help you get on Discord, because honestly, I don't know why you're having a challenge being on Discord. It's like breathing for me. But again, that doesn't mean that it's the same for everyone else. So I don't understand the disconnect on why we can't get you on there. But we will, once we know you're on Discord, we'll get you there. So it's much easier to get you boosted. But your player in the Red Sox organization, you now have 4 boosts that we can put in for you. All right, where were we? We saw White Sox Pirates. Your invitation has expired. Are you able to send me a direct message? Well, send me a friend request. Hold on a sec. Let me copy it here. There's the invitation. So, Brent, there's the invitation from Sadier. There's that. But if you need to, use what I just put for myself, copy that, and send a friend request to that specific code. And I will get you in if that Discord invite does not work. But it would be so much easier to help you out if you were in there. I see Mr. Audit is in.
We would be honored if you would join us.
Clawless Kurt. Well, we apologize, Clawless. We thank you for hitting the follow button, but remember, you're around a bunch of fluffy kitty ninjas. We do have our claws, but we thank you for hitting the follow button. Welcome to the show. All right, Giants beating the Dodgers 5-4. Nationals will beat the Orioles 8-2. Jim Chinchilla isn't dogging it. But the Braves were in that game as they lose 9-2 to the Royals. The Twins will beat the Red Sox 9-1. Again, when's the last time the Red Sox have won a Winter League game? It might be somewhere around the Jimmy Carter administration at this point. The Tigers beating the Brewers 7-6 in extra innings. Chuck Norris has roundhouse kicked another home run, 3rd of Winter League for him. Reds will defeat the Cubs 6-3. Phillies beat the Mets 7-1. The Mariners will beat the Blue Jays 6-1. Rockies 5, Cardinals 2. Andrew Alexander, though, does hit his 9th home run. He's been hitting pretty good in the tournament. Diamondbacks will win in extra innings 2-1. Angels will beat the Yankees 6-5. Sean Thornton, that's Compass Rose's player, gets his 3rd home run of the tournament. Also, Tom Shuey, he was another big 1.0 Red Sox name for me. Shuey wasn't always a dominant threat, but I don't know. Who did he remind me of? I wanted to say kind of like a bit of what, oh my God, the Giant. Matt, what, oh my God, why is the name eluding me? I keep wanting to say Matt Noakes, but that's not the name. He's the Giant. Ah! Sucks getting old. Anyway, That's who he reminded me of. Marlins 9. No, not Matt Damon. Not Matt Damon. Not the actor. We're talking a baseball player. Played for the Giants predominantly. 9-4 for the Marlins over the Padres. The Rangers will defeat the Rays 7-3. And finally, behind my big old head, no, this is in the 80s or 90s. Oh, for Christ's sakes, Matt Williams. That's who he reminded me of, that Tom Shuey. Matt Williams. And finally, Astros defeating the Indians 3-1. Could not even think. I kept saying no, because I was like, that ain't right. Yeah, whatever. All right. We are on the 15th injury check. Dorian Gonzalez ends up with an elbow contusion, so that's not too bad. We're still waiting on Teddy Kemp. Mild shoulder inflammation for Arturo Rojas on the Angels day-to-day, but it will slow him down for near a week. Wait a minute. I don't even think I hit the advance button, did I? No, I did. All right. One signing. Phillies have signed Harrison Bader. Bader, known for his defense more than his offense, stays in Philly, or goes back to Philly after going to free agency. Spent 2 seasons there, 37 home runs for Bader in his last 2 seasons in Philadelphia. Had a WAR of 1.2 and 1.9. He did have 205 strikeouts in 2024, but in 2025, 116. What GM signed that? This one, because I did some math and I said that one made sense. I thought Bader made a lot of sense to stay in Philly. So that was the most I was willing to offer him in any way, shape, or form. He did not take it. I was going to say, you know what? You ain't worth it. So that should be good. Might be a little on the expensive side for his offensive lack. But again, if he hits the home runs and keeps the strikeouts down, then I think, because again, he went from 205 down to 116. And it's not like he had significantly less. Yeah, I know you can't see it well. We'll show it here. He had 438 plate appearances and almost cut his strikeouts in half. So, not bad. He did better last season. And if he can do even around here, so if he averages out from these last 2 seasons, then I think you have a fair value on Harrison Bader, who's still 31 years old. He'll turn 32 in June. So again, I made that decision. The defense, the side of me that likes defense more was the reason I did it. He's a 5.5 zone rating in center field last year and a 12.2 in 2024. That was just too attractive for me to say, hey, you know what? You got to give him a shot. It makes a lot of sense for the Phillies to have him back with where they stood. So, yeah, I almost thought of doing it, but I decided not to. Again, I hate having to be the involvement on it. We may have a GM in place here pretty soon, but I couldn't let the Phillies go quiet here for even 3 weeks of Winter League action off season. Aaron, would you think it's safe to say, with us being in 2026, I know your $8 million per WAR theory, but don't you think that it's maybe fair to consider $9 million of WAR per WAR at this point, per 1 point? Because that's what I'm trending. Just me. Just FYI. All right, so back to, oh wait, if I do it from here, it's going to go to the Diamondbacks and it will screw up things again. Winter League. There we go. All right, day 4. Hashtag inflation. You'd rather go cheaper to save money. Well, obviously. If we all could sign Kyle Freeland to 2-year, $15 million total contracts. Okay, finally. It's like, Jesus, it's taking so long. All right, day 4 action. Rockies beat the Reds 5-1, but Trey Griffey with another home run in that one. 7 home runs on the day. Holy crap, the Red Sox have won. The Red Sox have won. No, that's not the right song. The Red Sox have won. That's not even this. Ah, I give up. I give up. I was trying to find hallelujah. I screwed it up. My bad. All right, back to our game of the night. 3-1 Red Sox in that one. Brett asked, how did he do in that one? Did he play? Oh, wait, you know what? These are all, even here it's screwed up. Oh my God. Unbelievable. Anyway, we got to go here. Unfortunately, oh, wait, you're hitting 159. Again, this is before we do your boost. 159 with an RBI, 35 strikeouts though. Yikes. A lot of swings and misses there in that one. All right, so back to, I don't know why box scores are all messed up the way they are. Jays defeating the Orioles 4-3. Maybe if I delete every single box score. Hate that thought, but White Sox will win in extra innings against the Padres 3-2. That one went 14. Giants will beat the Marlins 6-5. Had a couple home runs from Isaiah Thomas in that one. Ruben Carrasco's a 1.0 name getting a win. The Indians will beat the Diamondbacks 8-2. Dominic Dark gets his 10th home run of Winter League play. Pirates will defeat the Cubs 9-7. Mets winning 6-2 over the Angels. Vinny Tosti and Blaze Alexander with home runs in that one for the Mets. The Dodgers beating the Athletics 5-2. Braves will defeat the Cardinals 7-1. There were 2 home runs from Jim Chinchilla. Bobby Orr gets his first. He's a community credit player. Kellen Clark gets a couple as well. 5 home runs for the Braves in that one. Nationals beating the Tigers 4-3. Send their lead now 26-7 in tournament play. Phillies will beat the Rays 6-5. Royals 5, Twins 1. Yankees will shut out the Brewers 8-0. And then finally the Astros will double up on the Rangers, winning 8-4. All right, we are on the right day, so let's look at the injury log. Teddy Kemp, well, he fractured his foot, but it's not serious. They're going to give him 2 weeks of rest and see how he comes up. He should be fine, but hello, Charlie Dillard was injured. He dislocated a shoulder, he bruised his ribs, and he lacerated a finger. Charlie Dillard. As the goalie does it in the background. What do you mean getting kind of awkward? Don't you watch Family Guy? You got to have the running joke. How did Dillard do that? Come on, Dillard. How'd you do that? It's got to be some history on that one. Oh, my God. Injured yesterday when he fell down a flight of stairs at his home. Is there any baseball player on the eMLB universe that is safe being in their home? Charlie Dillard going down the stairs and be like, oh my God. Hi. Hold on. Oh wait, that's not right. It's to this point. Live look from Charlie Dillard's home.
Hey, what's with the stairs? Why do they look different?
Oh, I'm trying to prove that Peter's the one cussing in the house, so I waxed the staircase for him to fall down.
Hey, Lois, have you seen my Spider-Man socks? I can't seem to... Ouch! Oh, heavens! Oh, goodness gracious! That smarts! Oh, my! Egad! Well, I'll be... Yikes!
Peter, when did you become so polite?
Live look at Charlie Dillard.
Caillou's beta dad. In fact, I'm meeting him at the park to eat unsalted saltines on the swings. I feel like you're wearing what Rachel...
I'm sorry, I just had to. That's what I thought. So, that's smart. Egad! By the way, as someone said, they love the Pikachu hoodie jammies that the goalies choose to wear tonight. Doesn't clash well with the green screen in the background, though. But, oh, I got that. That's just the only thing that came to mind. Is thinking, you know, the guy falls down the stairs, so I had Peter Griffin immediately in my head right away. Dear Lord in heaven. Meanwhile, did anyone sign on the day? Nope, Harrison Bader, our last signing done. So back we go. Oh, well, yes. Who doesn't love Peter versus the Chicken? I mean, it's just so random and funny every time. All right, back to Winter League. We got one last day to do a quick sim on here before we call it a night. Again, quick programming note, this is our last stream this week as far as we know. Saturday still to be announced. Probably better I don't, because again, this has to get better because I start to struggle very much through the stream. And I want to be as best as possible for the most important thing we're doing here, which is on August 13th, our third annual Fluffy Kitty Ninja Charity Streamathon. All right, let's see the day 5 results. Here it goes.
All right.
Don't laugh at my pain.
I'm sorry.
Bully. All right, you going to bed?
Good night. Yeah.
All right, good night.
I gotta head out. Good night, everybody. That's watching stream.
All right, Rockies will defeat the Padres 7-6 in extra innings on that one. Brewers 7, Angels nothing. The Marlins will defeat the Orioles 6-5. Pirates will beat the Braves 4-3. Reds defeating the Rays 13-4. Trey Griffey for his hater with a couple home runs each in that one. Yes, I want to be in as good shape as possible for that, especially. But I honestly just very tired of limping through this post-COVID at this point, at least mentally. Red Sox will defeat the Indians 8-4. Dominic Dark, another home run, now 11 in tournament action. Twins beat the Cubs 5-3. Mariners will skim by the White Sox 2-1. The Yankees will win 2-1 as well against the Diamondbacks. Giants also 2-1 score, 2-1. Play it at home. Or you can play 4-3 because the Nationals beat the Phillies that way, and the Jays beating the Rangers by that same score. The Royals will win 4-0 against the Athletics. Dodgers 7-2 winners over the Tigers. And finally, behind my big old head, the Astros will beat the Mets 5-2. All right, so we quick simmed, or we advanced the day. Injuries, we'll say. We knew about Teddy Kemp, Eddie Brown, the granddaddy, injured by a pitch. He's got a hand contusion. He'll take a little time off, just the weekend it looks like he'll take off. But Royals Jaquan Sidbury, another of a long line of Royals players who just cannot survive some form of injury. There's a lot of Royals pitcher injuries that I can think of in the eMLB universe here. So partially torn labrum. It is a short time. It could be far worse for Sidbury, but to only have 6 or 7 weeks. You know, again, but another player of hope. And yeah, Eddie Brown got hit by a pitch. He'll only miss 3 days, so he'll realistically just miss the weekend. All right, one last peek at our eMLB signings. Well, nope, not this. Check your trainer at the door. We had, holy Jesus, 3, 6, 9, 12 freaking signings. Holy crap. Framber Valdez, though, is the first and major signing. Everyone said this is the superstar to go after. Framber Valdez will sign with the Detroit Tigers. He'll sign a 3-year, $98 million deal with a no-trade clause included. He's got a lot of teams he would consider a trade to currently. $35 million for Valdez. 4.2 WAR this season, 13-8, 3.37 with the Tigers. He will stay for 3 more years for the just turned 32-year-old left-hander. Had 162 strikeouts in 163 innings last season, 1,240 career strikeouts in 1,214 innings for the left-hander, who's won 80 of his games with a 1.24 whip. So, I think that's pretty good. Again, last 2 seasons, he's had a 4 whip, a 4.2 whip, and he had a 5 whip in 2023. I don't know. A 4 WAR will do it, and that's about where he's been. Yeah, not an 8 stamina for a starting pitcher. Interesting. Meanwhile, Curtis Taylor, former closer for the Reds, will sign with the Tampa Bay Rays. The right-hander had 54 saves in his last, or 56 saves if you count the 2 with Baltimore. 56 saves in his last 2 seasons. He'll head over to Tampa Bay, where who knows what official role he'll play there. For Taylor, the 30-year-old Canadian, career 3.34 ERA, 96 total saves. Definitely a strikeout machine. 407 strikeouts in his time in 329 innings. So for $3.9 million on a player who will become a free agent at the end of this particular year, that's a solid deal for Curtis Taylor for what he can generally provide. At least I think so, considering where he has played. Nico Horner will sign a 2-year deal with the Royals, most likely as a second baseman competitor, maybe as a utility guy. He can play second, third, and short, but he's predominantly a second baseman over his time. Horner, just 92 appearances in the majors last year, hitting .256 with a couple homers and 10 RBI. He was a .349 hitter in 149 at-bats in AAA Toledo, though. So Horner, 28 years old. It depends on whether or not his AAA success can translate over into the majors. He's an adequate player. I mean, again, he's not what I would consider a starter, but he is a player who will give you adequate defense. He can be a threat on the base pass if you bring him in. He can work a walk. He can limit his strikeouts. He can get on base. He's not a dominant threat. He's not a big offensive dynamo, but he will be serviceable if he's used in a right capacity. I don't see him replacing like a Tony Bernazard. Horner's not a bad player. I just don't know if he's worth 2 years and $9.5 million total. Paul Goldschmidt, though, will sign short money, $1.5 million to stay in the majors. The 38-year-old is going to Miami on a $1.5 million deal. Last season, Goldschmidt mustered only a 189 average with 7 home runs and 16 RBI. Is he done completely? It's fair to think so, but again, he had 21 home runs in the prior year, and he's a name. He'll put butts in the seats. Not a bad strategy that the Marlins often use here. So Goldschmidt can still hit the home runs, and he still can play a respectable first base. He's not going to dominate you there, but he is a serviceable first baseman, an average first baseman at best. He's still a decent player. It's just a matter of what can they bring. So 2,078 career hits, 390 home runs. Is Goldschmidt going to get enough time to be a 400 home run hitter? That depends. But again, for the price tag, it's a good risk, I think. Joe Kelly Fight Club over to Chicago. Played the last 2 seasons in Toronto, but Joe Kelly, who had a 3.74 ERA and 55 innings of work last season, will head to the White Sox. Played for the Cards, the Red Sox, Dodgers, Marlins, Angels, back for the Sox, Pirates, Reds, and then the Blue Jays. So now he'll go to the AL Central, where he has yet to land, and he will play for the White Sox. I think that could be a good one. Again, $1.5 million on a 37-year-old who, yeah, he's a serviceable player, and it helps that Kelly is also a prankster. He got a good personality, so he's a good chemistry guy for the team. Speaking of another gamble, Chris Sale, the Condor, back to Chicago. He hasn't pitched in Chicago since 2016. He is back a decade later. Of course, not the same pitcher. 2,778 strikeouts. Gotta think possibly in a long relief role. If you re-rate, he's not going to get a lot of a boost, so I can't see you using him for a re-rate potential. Because even worse. He's a March 30th guy. And remember, the rule is April 1st determines their age, so he'll be 37, so even less value than I think a 36-year-old would get. So I don't think Chris Sale is someone you go get for a re-rate. It's a gamble. But again, low risk. Why not? Here's another one that's I think this is a darn good deal. George Springer signs a 1-year deal for $1.8 million to go to Baltimore. That's a contending team. He can play several positions. He can be at first if you want him, but best known to be a right fielder. Not the speedster. He doesn't steal bases, but that's not really Baltimore's game from memory. Again, last season, he played both for Milwaukee and Detroit. 8 home runs, 23 RBI, 249 average, and 169 at-bats. 237 career home runs with a 251 average for Springer. Let's tweak this out. There we go. 251 career major league average. Again, 237 career home runs. Springer at 36. I think that's a real good deal for depth there for the Orioles. Felipe Vasquez will sign a 2-year deal for $8.3 million. The Nightmare will head to Texas, where he has been a fairly respectable pitcher over a period of time. And again, he's been fairly competitive also in World Series play. 3 World Series championships, including winning back-to-back in 23 and 24. He also won in 2020 with the Pittsburgh Pirates. So 89 career saves, 697 strikeouts, almost 700 strikeouts for a guy who has less than 580 career innings of work. Felipe Vasquez is still a scary pitcher to face. This is an expensive price tag again. He is expensive at $8.3 million. But does a guy who throws 101 and can strike out almost on command earn a little extra premium? Yeah, he can. He can. So we'll see. Brennan will sign with the White Sox. He's a 34-year-old right-hander. Really hasn't been in the majors since 2021. I like the gambles on Kelly and Sale more than on Brennan, but again, $1 million, it ain't gonna hurt anybody. Heck, he gets a 2 WAR, and he's worth the price tag from my vantage point. The Sheriff, Jimmy Sherfy, will, or now nicknamed Sherf and Turf. I do like that name a lot more, to be honest with you. The soon-to-be he turned 34 years old. He is heading to Milwaukee. He played for the Royals this past year, 4-4 with a 3.66 ERA. Took almost a run and a half off of his ERA from the prior year, and his WHIP very respectable, 1.08. for his price and his production the last 2 years, Sherfy is a good bargain here. Because even if he only does about half of his WAR this year, he'll be about where his price is. So mid-90s pitcher still gives you innings, 59 innings last year, 353 career innings. Another guy who can strike out pretty good guys, 413 strikeouts in that time. His next career appearance will be 300 career appearances in the majors for the 34-year-old from Camarillo, California. Jose Quijada, the left-hander, will sign with the Mariners. He was with the Baltimore Orioles this past year and a former Marlin. Guy who's kept his ERA under 4 here in his last 2 seasons in the majors, excuse me. But if, well, actually you go further than that. So 1, 2, 3 straight seasons. It was 2022 when he had an ERA near 6. And that's the aberration outside of his rookie season. I like this deal. 80 innings of work last year, 3.84 ERA, 1.37 whip. The whip's a little extreme, but he pitched better with the Orioles than the Marlins, so it was a 1.15. So for $3.5 million, good deal. Good deal. Short money. Try to see if he can add some depth. Control has been historically a problem for him, but last season he did pretty decent with that for the amount of innings that he did. Again, his total walks were down 1 full walk per 9 innings from where it was, or almost 2. From 2024, it was 6.1. So this was actually a career season for him in keeping walks down, and the home runs were pretty adequate too. Which one would I think? We got one more. Jason Breed also signs with the Mariners. A bit of an unknown, an A-plus baller who gets a 3-year deal with no major league experience. That's curious. Again, a guy who looks like he could play in the majors now. I don't see him as a closer, but a good fastball, good cutter, good slider according to OSA. Again, has strikeout potential, has good command of the strike zone, had 102 strikeouts in A-plus ball last year. So, interesting deal. Hey, a guy who, for no major league experience, has a $6 million guarantee. We'll see if it works out for a Dominican, 24-year-old. Probably a bunch of minor league signings, but in all honesty, we took a lot of time because we didn't think we had that many signings here. I'm going to assume you guys will say Valdez is not the best signing. The only other guys besides that bevy of players was Bader for Philly and Cisco for Boston. I don't know. George Springer, for me, Springer at $1.8 million, I feel is the best signing there. Nico can be okay, but because he's $4.75 million in 2 years, that's where I say no. But Springer did a 1 WAR last year, so that's, if you use my inflationary adjusted number of $9 million, you only need him to do a 2 WAR to justify this salary. Easy peasy, I think, for George Springer. But yeah, good. I'll let you guys discuss, as unfortunately that is all for me. When the Mrs. Commish came in earlier, she was hopeful that we were almost done, and we now are. Let me check. I think I was going to go to Crazy Coach, but I see that Tranquil Hill Farms is coming online. So we will send the raid back over for those of you that are looking to continue to get your drops. And again, Tranquil Hill Farms, regular raider here. Least we can do is return the favor. Back to the litter box. I'm going to go. Fluffy Kitty Ninjas do assassinate. You're looking at their victim. So, Next time I can find some glue and tape, I'll put my head back on straight and we'll be back in front of you. Now we know this. Sunday for sure. Saturday maybe. Stay tuned in the Discord for more information on whether or not I will be streaming on Saturday. Do keep in mind, tomorrow noontime is when the next sim is done offline. 5 more days will be simmed. So when we come back online live, we'll be on January 22nd, that much closer to completion. But for now, I'm going to take tomorrow off after the sim. I'm going right to see my parents up at our family camp. They have their 50th wedding anniversary on Friday, so that is why we will take a little bit of the break. But again, thank you all for your time, your attendance, and again, of course, your support to the channel, as that support will also be passed on to the Dana-Farber Cancer Institute. $143 currently is the number. We appreciate you helping push that up. Thank you for the well wishes on the 50th anniversary. My mom deserves a spot, a first-class ticket to better times when she's done on this planet. I assure you that. Let's go over to Tranquil. Thank you for joining us. Have a great one. Enjoy your weekend. We'll see you soon. Peace.
You jackass!